Hello, my name is Saron Tade. I am a registered nurse and also a BSN nursing student at St. Cloud State University. So today I am doing my evidence-based practice presentation to you on this med-surg unit at a big hospital. The problem that we're seeing is that as hospitals turn to automated software and EHR data to predict uh, for staffing solutions, we have seen that nurses' perceptions workload differ from EHR workload measurements, thus creating a mismatch that increases risks of understaffing, leading to nursing burnout and poor patient outcomes. So my PICO question is, among these inpatient units, what strategies close the gap between patient acuity scores and nursing perceptions of safe patient staffing? So this is uh, a nationwide issue that we see at hospitals as they try to incorporate this new EHR automated way of staffing. So there is already research supporting ways to improve the validity of EHR workload indicators. And I believe that this med-surg unit resembles the units that have benefited from the quality improvement initiatives found in the literature, excuse me. So I have found throughout my research that using measurements that have used measurements of patient surveys, HR data, such as for miscares and nursing perception surveys, the literature has indicated that the most effective strategies to close the gap between patient acuity scores and nurses' perceptions of safe patient staffing or safe staffing include nurse engagement, blended decision making between the charge nurse and the automated tools, adjustments to the workload indicators, and continuous reevaluations of nurses' perceptions. So using the Plan, Do, Study, Act method, we could implement this quality improvement initiative by planning, assessing the baseline of nurses' perceptions of the workload, creating a very short survey for that maybe 3 to 5 questions to hand out towards the end of nurses' shifts. This could be something that we have nurses scan on their phone. We want to just improve the amount of nurses that are active in participating. And then schedule meetings with unit leaders like yourself to prepare for the survey rollout. Again, that's just to improve the amount of um, nurses that are aware on the unit of completing these surveys, such as we can do that through posters, emails, and just with daily rounding. That's when we will begin to give these surveys, hand these surveys out, or the survey process. We would do it for about 8 weeks, and then compare that EHR generated patient acuity and nursing workload scores to the nurses survey. Hopefully that will tell us what is the EHR generated data not picking up about about the staffing needs. So what is it missing? If a nurse is saying that this patient's taking a lot of time, what about that is not being translated over to the data? And then act. So adjust to the surveys. So that would mean that the charge nurse also making adjustments to the daily staffing needs, and then ultimately to the workload acuity scale itself to better reflect nurses' perception of the assignment. The goal is that in 8 weeks, 80% of nurses surveyed will report adequate staffing and a balanced workload for their shift. And I just love that this picture of all the nurses with their hands in there, like, because it will take the whole team participating, reminding each other to take the surveys, just to get the most amount of data, the most accurate data. Um, so to conclude, um, these uh, workload indicators will better reflect nurses' perceptions of staffing, which will lower the nursing callouts and turnover related to burnout, give us less missed cares, to improve patient outcomes, and ultimately be cost effective for the hospital because of the nurse receptivity. And you know, we as nurses want to be innovative and we want to find these innovative solutions to things that are really important, like staffing. However, we can't forget to have nursing judgment. And I think that this initiative will help us find a better way to, have them collaborate a little better. So thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.